Edward Jenner was born in May of 1749. Jenner was the son of a clergyman but was raised by an older brother when his father passed away while Edward was a young boy. Jenner was born during a time when medical practice and education were undergoing a slow change. Hospital work was becoming more important, as were apprenticeships rather than academic work. He attended grammar school and became an apprentice to a surgeon from ages 13 to 21. He went on to shadow John Hunter, who taught him about biology, anatomy, and physiology. Hunter encouraged Jenner to experiment and to look at things through investigation rather than observation. This helped lead to the vaccination of smallpox. Smallpox became more widespread in the 18th century, and occasional outbreaks resulted in high death rates. Smallpox is an infectious disease that begins with a high fever, headache, and back pain. This leads to cratered pockmarks on the face and limbs. Survivors face lifetime disfigurement and, in some cases, blindness.
In the 1600s, 90% of the Massachusetts Bay Indians were killed by smallpox. During the 1770s, smallpox killed about 30% of Native Americans on the West Coast. The smallpox epidemic of 1872 caused a large depopulation of the Plains Indians. Smallpox continued to spread, and half of the population of the Cook Inlet region of Alaska was killed by smallpox in the 1830s.
Jenner recognized that a person who was infected with cowpox, a relatively harmless disease contracted from cattle, could not become infected with smallpox. Jenner hypothesized that cowpox could protect against smallpox and could be used as a deliberate way to protect. Jenner infected a young boy with cowpox to test his theory. The boy was slightly ill for a short period of time, but became well and could not be infected with smallpox. The public did not welcome Jenner's vaccination easily. Difficulties arose when some of Jenner's colleagues tried to take credit for his work, while others tried to sabotage his results. Complications included people not following Jenner's recommended procedure or using the pure cowpox needed to make the vaccination effective.
In the late 1700s, Jenner submitted a paper to the Royal Society to explain his experiment. He was told that his ideas were too revolutionary, and he needed more proof that this experiment truly did what he was claiming. Jenner continued to experiment on children to prove the authenticity of his idea. He even experimented on his own 11-month-old son. 1 year after being told his ideas were too revolutionary, Jenner was finally published. Jenner used the Latin word vacca, which means cow, to make the word vaccine. Today there is a museum and garden in Jenner's old home. The museum was dedicated to appreciating the work done by Jenner to eradicate smallpox throughout the world. The house has exhibits that discuss the history of Jenner's smallpox vaccine. There, people can learn about Jenner's difficulties with getting others to accept his new idea and the legacy of his efforts to save countless lives.